Howdy, howdy, howdy. Happy to be here and happy you're here with me. And if you're new here and enjoy this type of content, I hope you'll subscribe. Hi, my name is Heather and this is Southern Gals Crochet. Today we're going to talk about how my last market went and what sold. So it was a new market a little further away from town. It took us actually about 30 minutes to get there. And so we had to get up a little extra early that morning, which I have to say was hard. I find it really difficult to get up in the morning. And so getting up a little extra 30 minutes was really difficult. I didn't really hold high hopes for this market because it was my first time going. I wasn't sure how big they had gotten yet. They had just started in October. So at first, when I first got there, I was concerned because there were only 3 vendors, and according to the paperwork that I signed to sign up, you had to be ready to sell by 8:30, and apparently she doesn't really go strict with that because there were eventually some vendors that showed up and really weren't ready to sell till 9 o'clock. And so I found that out. She doesn't really enforce that, and that's good to know. It's a really nice shaded location, right under some trees. It's like a U-shaped driveway, like U-shaped driveway, and there are just a lot of trees, and apparently the locals have gotten pretty good about coming out and seeing what's going on, and so that was good. It was only a 4-hour show from 9 to 1. And so, again, I really wasn't anticipating of making that much money. I had in my chart that I was only expecting possibly $50. And it costed $20 to get in. And happy to say that I made over $200. So not bad at all, considering I was not sure what to expect. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get into what sold. So right off the bat, this lady, she comes in and she sees the scrubby sets, and she buys 4 sets of them for her daughters. And then another vendor was eyeballing my glam chicks, and she eventually just gave in and had to have one of those glam chicks. And this guy, he was admiring all kinds of things. But his wife is a crocheter as well. I mean, she even knew exactly what yarns I had used on a couple of the items. And so we spent a good amount of time talking. And, of course, he ended up buying 1 washcloth and 1 scrubby set. And then I sold another scrubby set. And this little boy, oh, he wanted the big giant snake. He just had to have it, and Mom, of course, said no. And so he got a small snake instead for $10. And then his little brother got a shark for $15. And out of my clearance bin, I sold an owl for $5. And then this is okay, so 11 o'clock we had kind of like a rush. Most all these sales happened within the first hour, and then it was slow, and then all of a sudden we had like a rush of people come in at around noon. And so I sold 2 scrubby sets, and another vendor, she had come by and seen all of my stuff, and then she came by again, and on her 3rd visit by, she finally got, I had a pig placemat and a Loch Ness placemat in my clearance bin, and she got those for $5 each. And then another set of kids, the little girl wanted the caterpillar, and her sister got a shark. But boy, her sister took a long time to decide. So I sold the caterpillar at a reduced price for $15. I marked $3 off. And a shark for $15. And then I sold another glam chick for $20. This lady bought it for her mom for Mother's Day. And another shark for $15. And a sea turtle for $15. And a pocket alien for $5. That's a grand total of $233, which really, I was quite surprised at that. I was not expecting it at all. I was thinking it was going to be a very slow, trickle of people, and not that much going on. And there were surprisingly a lot of people, and they were, like out and about, just to spend the day out and about. A lot of them were there because they are used to the regular vendors that are there. There's a produce lady who had a lot of produce. And then there's the girl who runs the place has her own booth with canned goods, mostly pickles and relishes and salsas, stuff like that. I'm opening my thing here. Okay, so $233. 30 of that was square. 203 of that was cash. I mean, that was amazing. Almost every single person that came into my booth was paying cash. I was surprised. I did pay hubby $32, and so minus the $20 to get in, I came out with $181. I sold 21 items, and the most popular items were scrubbies. I sold 8 sets of scrubbies, and 3 sharks and 2 glam chicks, and the rest were all just one-offs. And let's see, and of course I did not spend any money. At the end of the day, when we're ready to close up, it was still kind of busy. So she informed me that if it's still busy, we stay open until it calms down, So So, I mean, you can close up if you want to at the 1 o'clock time, or you can stay open. But they like to have everybody cleared out at least by 2 o'clock. It was a gorgeous day. The slight little breeze, not too bad. Did knock my glam chicks over a couple of times, but that's just because they're really lightweight. Other than that, no issues. Gorgeous day, a little overcast, but the sun kept peeking through. And on our way home is when it started raining. So close call. Pretty close call. Alright. And I definitely am signed up for more of those events. I'm glad I went ahead and signed up for a bunch of them. I'm pretty sure next market will not be as much, because a couple of those sales came from vendors, and you know, it's usually one time only when it comes to other vendors purchasing your items. So that's good to know, but still, that's more than I had anticipated. So what else? That was a really good market. I am blessed that was a really good market. So let's see. What else do we want to talk about? I am going to put up a flyer right here, and I'll leave it up for a little bit. It's my birthday. Well, not exactly today, but it's my birthday week, and so I put in a sale on my website for my patterns, and almost every single pattern is at $2. So if you were waiting to get up enough money to purchase some patterns, I'm just letting you know, they are all at $2 right now. If you want to get in on that, it's good till the 17th. So, happy birthday to me. What else? Oh, so you know, I went and did all that major yarn shopping, and I do have an abundance of yarn. It is so true. Collecting yarn is a whole nother hobby versus creating amigurumi. It's a whole nother thing. And so I have an awful lot of various different colors of Posh, and so I managed to pick up one of those cubes. I'll put the picture right here. One of those cube things that has a bunch of cubes in it, to put all my yarn in, and so that picture is going up here right now. I spent most of the evening putting that together. I don't know how people put those together for markets so easily. It would take me way longer to set up if I had to put those things together every single time. Those things are hard to put together, in my opinion. But I'm old and weak, and anyway, it's definitely a young person's thing to do, because hubby had to help me. So yeah, I put that together, and this morning I spent most of my time putting all the yarn. I keep looking at it because it's on that wall over there. So have that picture there. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. I did get a couple of items crocheted, but we'll talk about that on Friday. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.